say thank you for coming to our performance.
Kaboom!
The Art of Destruction. My name is Katrine.
I am Henrik.
And we come from Leibart, Denmark.
And together with you today, we will investigate why and how we destroy things.
Have any of you ever destroyed anything? And you have to be honest. One honest person at least. Yeah, several. Great. Okay, good. Have you ever destroyed a toy? Yeah. Lit a bonfire? Also. Smashed a snowman? Yeah. Put a glass into a recycling container? Build a sand castle and let the sea take it? Yeah, I see some noddings. Have you ever taken a plate and just dropped it to the floor so it broke? No. Okay.
You actually helped destroy a work of art at the very beginning of the performance, and that was the intention. The Cuban artist Felix González Torres created a number of works that were piles of things. Piles of posters or piles of sweets which you can take from, even if it causes the pile to disappear. You could say that the audience or spectators are asked to destroy the work. But what if the destruction is the work? Is it still destruction then? González Torres is a so-called relational artist who examines what happens when the art, how it lives on, even in your stomachs.
Yeah, but before we move on, what does the word destruction mean?
It means to take a structure apart. But you cannot make an omelette without breaking eggs, and you cannot build a museum like this one without destroying something first. You have to chop down some trees or destroy some mountains. So we don't destroy just for the fun of it, we do it to create something else, something new.
Yeah. And you might already know this from Lego or from Minecraft. It goes for a lot of things. We could also take this plaster bust here and dump it into some water. And then it will slowly become something else. It will rematerialize. Shall we do it?
Yes, that's right.
Actually, a Danish group did this recently. They disliked that King Frederick V, who lived 300 years ago, that he promoted slavery. So therefore, they took the bust of him, put it into a bag, and threw it into the Copenhagen harbor. The next day, when they found it, it was unrecognizable. But the artist said that they did not destroy it. They said that it had simply become something else, that it was rematerialized.
The artist Gustav Metzger thought that we should become better at destroying things. We should not be afraid of taking things and transforming them into something else.
He invented the term auto-destructive art.
Of course, you should not take other people's things or ideas and destroy them without permission.
No, that's true, and it's very important. But can we start destroying stuff now?
Yes. The Norwegian artist Jan Eriksson has an Instagram profile where he uploads videos of him destroying stuff every day. He pops quite a few balloons. And in one of these videos, he has a cactus on his head and jump up into the balloon. I think we should try that.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to try? Yeah, should I pick one?
No, if they want to.
Yeah, anybody wants to try and pop this balloon? Yeah, I see one there. Yeah, you can get the cactus up. Yeah. Okay.
You need to put it higher.
Yeah, we will put it higher. Thank you so much. Okay, so I'll just give you this donut. And maybe if you put your hair, I don't know.
No.
Yeah, okay, like this. And then maybe you can help me by, oh no, I can. Yeah, like that. This. Okay. Okay, great.
Okay. And then I'll hold it above you, you look out in the room.
Okay.
I'll hold it, you just jump up.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It's very nice from this perspective. Okay. So, let's see how quiet we can be in here. because in the theater you often have to be quite quiet. But sometimes there are someone making noises destroying the silence. And what kind of noises could that be? Any suggestions?
A creaky leather jacket.
A what, sir?
A creaky leather jacket.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Like a creaky leather jacket, yeah? And someone over here maybe?
Coffee.
Coffee, sure. Okay, so I'm just gonna divide you into two. There is a line here, maybe you can see it, a visible one. And you're gonna be the team over here with the,
when you move your arm, there's a noise in the leather.
In the leather. Okay, can we hear some of those noises? Maybe you can even use your mouth when we really need the noises. Yeah, very good, very good. Okay, and over here we have the one coughing, and maybe a little bit okay, very naturally. Thank you so much. Okay, so when I point at you, you'll make a sound. When I do this, it will become louder, and this quieter, and this means you have to stop. Okay, leather jackets, get ready. Very good. Okay, and the one's coughing. Same goes here. I point at you, you make the sound. This means that it goes louder, quieter, and this means you have to stop. Ready? Very good. Okay, now like a conductor, I will conduct you as if you were my orchestra. Ready?
This sound work is based on an idea by the young British artist, Rachel Clerk. She's most known for creating punk bands with young people. She once created 7 punk bands in 7 days with 7 different groups of young teenage girls. Yeah.
Let's try and do Banksy.
How?
The graffiti artist Banksy sold one of his paintings at a very important auction. And hundreds of people were gathered to see that painting getting sold because Banksy is a very famous graffiti artist. But in the moment where this painting was sold for 10 million British pounds, it started doing this. Banksy had secretly integrated a feather into the frame of the painting, and it only stopped destroying the painting when the painting was half destroyed. But now that it is half destroyed, it's worth 4 times more. I think that Banksy intended to criticize the art world and the economical mechanisms. I think he wanted us to question how we put the price on art. Maybe he even wanted to destroy the art world and make a whole new. I'm having a speech here and you're destroying it.
As if anybody wants to hear about the mechanism of the artwork, relational aesthetics, and auto-destructive art.
But you were the one who started talking about relational aesthetics.
But you said auto-destructive art.
Okay, true. What do you want to talk about then? You don't know? Do you have anyone seen any graffiti around here in the
I don't
area?
like graffiti, it's just some ugly names on the wall.
No, that's what you call tags. Graffiti is big, beautiful wall paintings with letters.
But is it permitted? You're not supposed to paint on other people's houses or walls.
No, okay, that's true, of course. But honestly, I think that some walls are way more beautiful if they have a big graffiti artwork on them.
Yeah.
You're agreeing, I can see. Yeah.
The Danish artist, painter Asger Jorn sometimes painted on other artists' paintings. And he once painted a huge dog onto the painting of a forest lake. And we brought a painting here. Would anybody in here like to help us paint on this one? Yes, please. You can paint whatever you want, a dog or EBPB or something else. Which color would you like?
I think I will take the pink.
Yeah.
I'll just open it because sometimes the colors pops out. Let's see. Like, yeah. Yeah.
No, I suddenly realized the pink smells
Beautiful.
Oh, I know.
Sorry. Fantastic. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Other artists have also destroyed paintings. For example, the Italian artist Lucio Fontana, who in his cut-up series slashed in canvases. So, does anyone want to come up here and cut in this painting very fast? Yeah. You will.
Are you speaking up?
Yeah, I think so.
You get protective glove.
Thank you.
And you get a knife everywhere. It's a very sharp knife. And don't cut yourself, don't cut us. Fontana made several vertical slashes, but you do as you please. Thank you. The Japanese artist Saburo Murakami fought in 1955 in the work passing through his way through 7 canvases. Would anybody in here like to fight the way through this canvas? Yes. You come on the back side, and watch out for the top colored piece of tape. There might be a rusty nail underneath it. Yes. Here you go. A few years after Murakami, Gustav Metzger started using acid on canvases. He wanted to invent a new kind of paintings. Got some images of it in this book. Even though he painted outside, he was wearing a gas mask because it's kind of dangerous to paint with acids. It's also one of the reasons why we don't do it anymore. He thought, as I said before, we should become better at destroying stuff. And that is also what Kaboom is about. We would like to teach you the art of destruction. We should not be afraid of tearing down old habits, old establishments, old ways of doing things in the society.
Yeah, and we actually created a sign for this because we call it total destruction power.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And the smaller you are, the more total destruction power you have.
And someone who definitely had total destruction power was the musician Pete Townsend from The Who. He was the first one to smash a guitar during a concert, and he did that in 1967. So, of course, we have to smash a guitar as well.
You can also use a saw or beat it with a bat.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, while you think about if you want to join our destruction band, we're I'm just gonna set up things up here. And I will need 3 people for my destruction band. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So you just come up here and then I will just give you some.
You all look very strong, so please don't use all your strength.
Yeah.
No, it's a small guitar and you're very big.
Yeah, true. We'll
Very
figure
strong,
it out.
not big, but strong.
Yeah, we'll figure
I
it
can see
out.
those muscles.
It's gonna be destroyed fast. Okay, so here you go. This is for you, and this is for you as well. So I'm also just gonna take some textbooks out. This is a high moment in my life. Okay, so destruction band. I need you to just step behind there, and then if you could form a line, so 1 by 1, 1 here, 1 here, 1 there. Yeah. And then you look at me. Yeah, great. Okay, so I have some instructions for you. Okay. You're gonna walk towards me 1 by 1. You will get the tool, and then you try once, and then you give it back to me, and go back into the line. But, yeah, but if I do this, I put my hand on your shoulder. It means that you have to stop. Yeah. Okay. Any questions? No. And what is also important here is that we are quiet while we do this. Ah, yeah. give a big applause to our destruction man.
Can you actually ruin a situation? Katrine, did you ever ruin a situation?
Yeah, I have, yeah. When I was little, my aunt died and we had to go to her funeral. And it was me, my mom, and sister and dad, and we were sitting in the church, and everyone was of course quiet and serious, but then suddenly we started to giggle. And we were giggling and giggling, and we were really not supposed to giggle because you're not doing that in that situation, but we just couldn't stop. So yeah, we ruined that situation, I think.
Some artists also try to ruin the expectations people have. And what's wrong or right in one situation is wrong in another. So we, as human beings, always behave differently according to where we are. You behave differently here than you do back at home. So, yeah.
I actually know an artist who ruined the situation, Mathias Christopherson. He was at his exam at the Art Academy in Stockholm, and he was sitting at a big table, and he had a glass next to him. The glass was filled with water, and they started asking him questions. But then suddenly he got so nervous that every time he had to answer, he reached for the glass of water, filled his mouth with water, and was spraying out every time he was speaking. But later he turned that situation into an artwork. And it's have a very long title. It's called "Every Time I Open My Mouth, Water Comes Out, and It Makes It Hard for Me to Speak."
I think we should demonstrate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The remote?
Yeah, we'll get it here.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for Katrine? Yes, please.
What did you have for breakfast?
What's the name of your aunt?
Yes, please.
How are you feeling?
Yes, please. Yes, you have one there. Godt spørg dansk. Maybe a last question over here.
Could you sing your favorite song?
Let's give it. Some people, even some artists, use the destruction of art to point to a cause or to brand themselves. Most recently, a man disguised as an elderly woman threw cake at the Mona Lisa. He did it to raise awareness of climate issues. And even though it's a sympathetic cause, then I don't believe it's the best way to raise concern about anything, because it will give it the actual cause very little publicity and only bad publicity. So don't throw cakes at the Mona Lisa. Don't throw cakes at museums or theaters. Not if you want to be regarded as a serious artist. It's considered bad taste by many to be using such a You can toss cake if you want to raise awareness about yourself, or you can destroy something that don't belong to you if you want to brand yourself. Doing something, the wilder the action you do, or the more you push the boundaries, the more famous you become. And the press loves that kind of sensation. Okay. The more famous you become, that can raise your value as an artist.
Wait, so you can earn more money?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I think we should try and do something sensational.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe we can try and destroy this performance.
Destroy a performance about destruction?
Yeah.
Okay. How would you do that?
I don't know. There's a lot of clever people in here.
I only see one.
No. Maybe there's some suggestions on how to destroy a performance about destruction. Silence.
Silence?
That's a good one. Yeah?
We can switch place. Maybe we already did that. You look at us, we all go up and you just do that.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Maybe one more.
Suggestions?
Uh-oh. Maybe they're gonna do something.
Turn off the flight mode on my phone.
And see what happens?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Let's consider all of it.
Yeah, let's consider
Yeah,
that.
we're gonna
Move
consider
on.
it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let's do you have the remote. So let's do the brown paper bag
Oh yeah.
by Rafael Montanes Ortiz.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody will need a brown paper bag.
Yes. So you will all get a brown paper bag, and maybe
One, you
Kaya's
can pass
phone
them on.
will make sound. So
Take one
if you
and pass
take
them
one
on.
and then pass it on, maybe go big. I'll just give you a bunch, and then you can give behind as well. And then,
Oh, number 3.
wait.
You want one? Give me the extras.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Thanks a lot.
show you how to do it. So if you can try and fold it like this, and you're gonna do it all together. So I'm just gonna show it first, and then we do it. So we're gonna put some air into this one. We're gonna put our hands slowly above our head, and then on 1, 2, 3, we're gonna smack it. Okay? Let's put some air into the brown paper bag. Okay, and then we're gonna slowly put our hands above our head. And then we just keep the last one. It's suspension time. Yeah, great. Okay, and then wow. Okay, and then
Sounded amazing.
yeah, this is the best one. Yeah, and then you just put the brown paper bag down on it. Yeah.
Last,
Okay.
we did another work by Rafael Ortiz, as you know, in the 60s. He did a lot of piano destructions, and together with the 2 groups of kids from the school next door, we had some axes and destroyed a piano outside the Frie exhibition hall. And you can see when you go out the room here, the metal frame is still there, and you can play on it with some clubs. Gloves? Yeah, if you want to. And next week, together with Banana School, we will continue the destruction. Yeah. Okay, but let's get back to our bust. Some people say that the Anonymous artists ruined it from themselves and their message by throwing the bust of Frederik V into the harbor. Katrine Dirking Holmfeldt, who took responsibility for the action, lost her job and will always be known for that action. We still don't know if that's a good or bad thing for her.
And is it just like the artist Bjørn Nash, who is known for stealing the head of the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, we don't know if he did it, but it certainly raised his profile in the art world that he maybe did.
And maybe did it, yeah.
Yeah. So we have been experimenting quite a lot with plaster busts, and we have one submerged in seawater for a week and one submerged in acid for a week, and nothing's happened. Plaster bust does not dissolve in water, it doesn't materialize to anything else.
But this one is the soul.
Yes, but we're using clay now. So don't believe the original sculpture. It wasn't an original sculpture, it was already a copy when they destroyed it. But I don't believe that one was actually destroyed in the harbor. It was modified with tools, or it is in a secret locker room somewhere at the Royal Academy of Art in Copenhagen.
The artist Mathias Christensen, the one with the water that I just did, he also made other works with some destruction in it. For example, this book here that contains only pictures of fire.
I also have a book with fire, images of fire. the German Dixer Bargeld on the bank Einstürzende Neubauten. He collected a huge pile of books and lit them on, and out of the ashes he digged some small text fragments into this collection of poems. And I will read one of them for you. It's called The Volcanic Friend. Not yet a photo. And while the picture of a volcanic girlfriend munched in the mire hole, the shot went and dressed her again. And now I have seen enough. Over the heights nearby and against the crowd of hill-laden mountainers, they said, heavily, breathlessly surprised, my backpack weighs enough for everybody. Yeah, it's deep.
Another artist, the Swiss artist Dieter also worked with text, but in a completely different way. In Literaturwurst or Literatursausage from 1998, he took the complete works of the philosopher Hegel, fed it into a meat grinder, and made literature sausages out of it.
And over here in our bookcase, we have several Danish classics: Søren Kierkegaard, Hans Christian Andersen, Rasmus Klump. And I think we should go for Hans Christian Andersen today.
Yeah.
So when you're making a literature sausage, you need something to tear the book apart. For that purpose, you can use a garden cultivator.
And we are lucky to have one.
Yes, we are very lucky, indeed.
Something that binds the pot together, so we have that here. It's water and flour. So now I will just need some paper strips. Yeah.
You need more?
Yep. Yep. This is great. And then you really have to mix it very well together. So I'll just do that now. Oh yeah. Under. Very good. Okay. And then we can put it into the machine. Do that.
Great.
Yep.
I'll hold the sausage and then you can turn the handle.
Yep. Yep. And then you really have to swing it. Give it a good.
Big round of applause for the Hans Christian Andersen literature sausage. What is the worst kind of destruction?
That's war.
True. So we would like to transform that destruction too. Yes. We would like that all weapons in the world was transformed into something that only shoot happy colors and confetti.
And we actually have a gun that can do that. I'm just gonna get it. It's this one. And it was inspired by the French artist Ligue de Sonfin, who in the 60s made a performance series shooting pictures. In these performances, you would gather people, a bit like today, to watch her shoot at canvases and objects where she had hidden small bags of paint in it. So when she shot, the paint would splash all over the canvases and objects. Imagine that you took a water balloon and just tossed it to the floor. It looked a bit like that.
You're almost ready. If you don't like loud sounds, please cover your ears. But don't be afraid. Only shoot in the air over your heads.
Ready?
Ready for Kaboom?
Okay. Ready, set, cap.
Dear audience, that was our performance. Thank you for coming.
Thank